Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use CeraVe's Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser, which contains 4% of benzoyl peroxide. Now, benzoyl peroxide is an acne treatment that can help you to kill acne-causing bacteria, which then can help you to get rid of your active acne faster and keeps it under control while using the product. Now, it also contains hyaluronic acid, niacinamide and ceramides, which can help you to hydrate and soothe the skin while at the same time restores the skin barrier. Now, technically you can use this cleanser on all skin types. If you're experiencing acne or even blackheads, then you can go ahead and use it in the morning and or evening. However, please do not use it if you have sensitive skin or if you know that you're reacting sensitive to benzoyl peroxide. Now, when working with a benzoyl peroxide cleanser, what can occur is dryness. And so what you have to figure out is what frequency works the best for you. 2 times per day daily can sometimes be quite too much and can lead to excessive dryness. Now, you always can argue, yes, you can balance it out with a moisturizer that won't clog pores, which I highly recommend if dryness should occur. But to some extent, this may not be enough, and then it's best to reduce the frequency by using it every other day or once per day daily. So see how it goes when using it. Now, I want to share with you some example skincare routines which I have prepared for you so that you can see an order of application and how you can balance it out. Now, this cleanser can be used all over your face and neck, or maybe your chest and back as well, where you may experience active acne, to get rid of it and keep it under control. However, you can also just use it on a specific affected area so that you do not have to use it all over your face if you do not experience acne all over your face. And there are some methods that I want to share with you, which I do myself as well, to avoid excessive dryness all over where it's not needed. So one way would be, well, if you have an excessive acne prone skin or blackhead prone skin all over your face, or maybe chest and back as well, then you can use this cleanser all over, avoiding the eye area, your nose, as well as the lip area. And please do not get it into your eyes nor into your mouth. If that's the case, rinse it immediately with water. So then you just would use the cleanser as your specific treatment while washing your face. And then, if you should feel the need, afterwards follow with a moisturizer. However, when being exposed to the sun during daytime, then please do not forget to use sun protection afterwards if your skin is being exposed to the sun, to protect it nicely. And use a sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF that's working well for your skin type and needs, so that it does not irritate your skin nor won't clog your pores. And so when it comes to an additional skincare routine, which I recommend if you only have it on a specific area that you want to treat, then now specifically for your face, you're going to get started with washing your face using a gentle cleanser that's suitable for your skin type and needs. So use a cleanser for oily skin if you have oily skin, use a cleanser for dry skin if you have a drier skin type, and use that one at first to completely wash your face, then rinse it off. And then move on to the Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser as your treatment for your active acne. And just use it on that specific area and then again rinse it off. And then follow with a moisturizer if you should feel the need, or sun protection during daytime. However, another method that you probably would do more so in your evening skincare routine is a double cleanse. So if you have worn stubborn sunscreen and or makeup throughout the day and you want to make sure that everything comes properly off, yet you can treat your specific acne or even blackheads, then you would get started and use an oil or balm cleanser at first to get most of your sunscreen and or makeup off the skin, and then as your second cleanser you would use CeraVe's Acne Foaming Cleanser and use it either all over or just on that specific area, and then rinse it off and then follow with a moisturizer afterwards. So those are just some example routines that I can share with you when working with a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. If you want to go over them in your own time, or you want to see the setup of it so that you can try it out at home, you can download the example routines in the description box down below. Now, one more thing that I do want to emphasize before I'm showing you the application is that benzoyl peroxide can potentially bleach fabric. And so this may not happen with this one right away, at least I haven't had any issues with it so far. But from my previous experience with benzoyl peroxide, it can bleach fabric. And so if you're using tones that you truly love and they have a specific color, well, then you may experience that they turn lighter and then you see some bleached areas. And those are some signs that you haven't properly washed it off. And so therefore, it is important to work with either white washcloths or white towels, or even older like washcloths or towels that are still like fresh and clean, don't get me wrong, but if it starts to bleach, then you're not being mad at it. The same would apply to clothes. So if you're wearing clothes, please make sure that you're wearing something old where you don't mind that if it starts to bleach, well, then it's going to be like your old t-shirt and not your new t-shirt. So those are some points that I do want to emphasize. When I'm working with benzoyl peroxide, I usually tend to use like white towels and cloths ever since this has happened to me, so that I'm not going to come across this issue again. I do think that this is important to mention, and it mainly happens if you're not washing it properly off the skin, because then you still have some residue on the fabric. Now, when working with this cleanser, you can either use it above the sink when using it specifically on your face like only, or you can use this cleanser in the shower, which is something that I like to do myself, not only for my face but for my chest and back as well, since I do experience acne on those areas as well. And then just massage it nicely in and then rinse it off in the shower, which in my opinion is very convenient because you're making sure that everything comes off since you're being in the shower either way, so you're not really missing any area. So that's also an additional tip that I want to share with you. But as of now, I really want to show you the application on my face, and I'm going to show you both methods with the specific targeted area as well as all over your face. So when using this cleanser, it is advised that you're going to use it on wet skin. So the first step what we are going to do is now wetting the face, neck and hands with lukewarm water to warm water. Now this won't change, doesn't matter if you're doing this above the sink or in the shower, then you still would apply the cleanser on wet skin. So that's not the first step that I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and do this. So, and I'll go ahead and use about a coin size amount. If you're only using it on a specific area, well, you need to reduce it or use a bit more of it, which depends on if you're doing this on your face or on your chest and back as well. So I'm now going to at first use it on a specific area only, but I'm going to use enough for my entire face and neck. So about that much more or less. You can adjust it depending on how large the area may be. And so let's say for me personally, my forehead or chin area is like the biggest concern when I'm getting acne. And so then I just would use that specific cleanser and just target my forehead or even chin. Depending on where I'm experiencing acne, this can change from time to time, but then I just would use it on my forehead. This way I'm not going to like irritate my skin too much where it's not necessary. And the same can be for your chest and back as well if you're doing this in the shower. So then just use it for about 30 seconds to a minute on your forehead. You can also just leave it like for a couple of minutes like this, so that it can kind of like absorb into the skin and do its job by killing the active acne, and then later on rinsing it off. However, if you now say, well, I do experience acne all over my face, well then go ahead and gently massage it across the entire face. Still, I recommend being specific where you actually get acne, so that you're not going to irritate an area like unnecessarily. And please make sure to not get it into your mouth, nor into your nose, nor into your eyes, and please avoid the eye area. If that's the case, rinse it immediately with water. So if you now say, well, I have, for example, my jawline that's more affected than the rest of my face, well, then keep your focus on your jawline. If you have it along the temples or your cheeks, well, then use it just on this specific area. Just make sure to not get it into your eyes. That's really important. But you can keep the focus on those areas where you experience acne. And then once you have massaged it all over your face or that specific area for 30 seconds to a minute, you now can either just immediately rinse it off with water or just leave it a bit on the skin before then rinsing it off with water. Now when rinsing it off with water, again, use lukewarm water to warm water so that it's like comfortable when removing it, and please make sure to still not get it into your eyes, nor into your mouth, nor into your nose. Now, in case you should have troubles removing it properly from the skin and you aren't sure if you can do this completely by just using your hands, use a soft and fresh washcloth, again, which is either an old one or a white one, so that you can use it to properly swipe it off the skin, so that when patting the skin dry, you have no residue left on the skin. So now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So, and once you have pat the skin dry, then this is already it on how you can use the cleanser. You can use the cleanser on its own. However, if you now are being exposed to the sun, don't forget sun protection is important since you do not want to damage your skin. The same would apply in the evening. If you are experiencing dryness, follow with a moisturizer afterwards accordingly to your skin type, and make sure that it won't clog your pores, because you do not want to make the issue worse, but you want to balance it out. I do want to emphasize one more thing, and this is what benzoyl peroxide can do to the skin. It can not only cause a bit of dryness, which can happen, and a bit of dryness is normal. The same would apply to redness. A bit of redness can happen. It should go away within half an hour. This is what I do experience myself sometimes, and this is something that I'm not being worried about. However, if you're experiencing excessive dryness, even swelling or redness or burning on the skin, then those are signs of sensitivity, and then it's best to immediately stop using this product, which you will notice by using it for the first time, and consult a doctor and ask for the best advice if you should use it or if you shouldn't use it, and maybe he or she can give you an alternative to it if you have acne prone skin, because you want to make sure that it's working well for your skin, but you do not want to make your skin any worse, and you still want to solve the issue. So those are some points that I do want to emphasize when working with a benzoyl peroxide cleanser as well. Now, if you want to know during daytime on how you can properly use a sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF and how you can properly apply it over your face and neck, I have a specific video for you in the top right corner, which is important when being exposed to the sun. However, now I just want to follow with a moisturizer afterwards. I'm going to use CeraVe's PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion, and this is a very lightweight one. It's oil-free and won't clog pores. This is just one example. If you have a different one, feel free to exchange it to what you have at home if it works well for your skin type and needs. Now with this one, I always use between 2 to 3 pumps, depending on how much comes out, so about that much. I prefer to have a thin layer of a moisturizer all over. If you have a pump, you know about how much you are going to use. If you have a moisturizer in a jar, dip in with your finger so that you have enough to evenly blend it all over. So, and once you have applied your moisturizer all over or your sunscreen, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And so this is how you can use CeraVe's Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser with benzoyl peroxide. I do hope that you enjoyed it, that you find it helpful. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And if you now want to know more about certain skincare products and how you can apply them, I'm going to leave some specific videos at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!